Hey friends, just got back from a bit of a foraging trip. Honestly, I think I spent 2 hours out there and I could have spent several more, like all day. It would be beautiful. So what we harvested was Saskatoons. We got a lot of well, not a lot, but I'll put a picture in here. We've been eating them, but it was this jar, 2/3 full. So cup and a bit. They're not quite ready. They are starting to be ready, and then probably in the next week or two they'll all be ready. So we did Saskatoons, and then I was blessed with a ton of rows, and actually I could have picked at least this much more too. And then of course I left 2/3. I usually harvest 1/3 and leave a third for the animals and birds and a third for the earth. So I harvested almost a jar of rose petals. Oh, they just smell so good. And then I was also harvesting yarrow. Yarrow is actually one of my favorite things to harvest. And just trying to separate out a couple other things here. But the yarrow, she looks like this, and she often gets confused with cleavers. They bloom at the same time. They are both white flowers and they have a very similar look to them. In the field though, it is easy to tell the difference. So yarrow blooms just at the top of the flower, and it kind of branches out in a cone shape, and then the top is kind of flat. Like in the field it looks flat, and the leaves are very distinctive. They are like a little squirrel tail, so they're like a little fern. And whereas bedstraw or cleavers, they have whorls of thin leaves all the way up, and they are not fern-like. They are smooth and elongated. Lancate, is that the right word? Not sure. But I was able to pick a good bunch of yarrow. I could have picked a little bit more, but my kids were done. It was time to get to the lake. And then I also harvested a little bit of bergamot, and this was a surprise for me because I didn't think that she blooms this early. So I harvested 3 plants. I cut them off above the ground so they can, still live. I don't take the root. Oh, it smells so good too. And bergamot is a very interesting flower too. It's not really like anything you see. It's a very vibrant purple color. And so I had harvested 3 because there wasn't like an abundance. I just happened to see them on this one hillside, and so I went and picked them. Honestly, they could have been picked probably a few days ago. And then my sweet boy, we were picking the Saskatoons, and he saw one, and I didn't get to catch him, and he pulled her out by the root. So we did take this one as well, and you can see she has 2 little buds coming there as well. So this will actually probably most of it go to a friend of mine who is diabetic, and it should help lower her blood sugar and yeah, do some other magical things with them. I also harvested just 2 horsetail, oh my goodness, 2 fronds of horsetail, 3 fronds of horsetail, and I will use this for some sort of medicine probably, or a hair rinse, we'll see. And then I also harvested some birch leaves. In my oracle deck this morning I pulled birch, Betula pendula, and so I brought home a few of her leaves just to make a tea for some emotional well-being. There is also lots of sage out right now. Just kind of starting. You get the odd tall one, but most of them are, I would say, like 10 inches tall, 8 inches tall, and I like them to be a little bit taller when I'm harvesting them for smudging and things of that purpose. And what else did I see? Lots of wild licorice. Like, whew, I could harvest more than I even could share, and there would still be lots. And I saw a little bit of fleabane, 1 tiger lily. She was beautiful. And goldenrod, and I saw the goldenrod wasn't flowering yet, but the fireweed is just starting to. So that's exciting. Probably in the next few days there'll be some flowers there to harvest. Still lots of cleavers or bed straw out. I have an abundance of that at home right now, so I'm going to make sure that I use that. That's one flower that like it'll produce all summer, so I should be okay with that. I might go pick some more. There's a lot, like a lot. And the horsetail is quite advanced now. Choke cherries are starting to come, and not like come, but like the berries are there, and high bush cranberries. We saw a good abundance of green high bush cranberries, so we're excited for the fall for being able to harvest those. There's loads of cow parsnip, so I'm gonna look into that a little bit more, see what I want to use it for, and then probably go back and harvest some of that. And I'm sure there's others, but that's kind of what I have on top of mind. Thanks for watching, and happy foraging.